Are you feeling moody, fatigued, stressed, just not yourself? Well, here in Melbourne, Victoria, it is winter and it's here to stay for 3 months, which means less sun, more darkness, which affects our mood. But my question for today is, why are most people vitamin D deficient? Let's get into it. It's Mondays with Mahela. That's right, me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love and appreciate your support. Let's get into today's topic. I'm going to explore why most people are vitamin D deficient and what you can do this winter to ensure that you don't get vitamin D deficiency. Let's get into it. Did you know that about 1 billion people around the whole world are vitamin D deficient? That is absolutely crazy. That means most of us are vitamin D deficient. But why is that? Why are most of us vitamin D deficient? And what has got to do with winter and the sun? Well, you know, the link between vitamin D deficiency and winter is clear in a sense that we all know that we get our vitamin D from the sun. The sun gives us our vitamin D. But there's more to it. There's a lot more to it than just the sun. And this is why a lot of people are vitamin D deficient. The reason why is the sun comes on our skin, on our skin. So the more skin we've got exposed, the more likely we get the sun on our surface area. So in short, the UV light from the sun hits our skin and then is absorbed by our cholesterol on our skin, and then there's a chemical reaction that happens, and then your liver and your kidneys convert that vitamin D into an active vitamin D that your body is able to process and deal with. So there is a lot involved. As you can see, there's the sun, there is the cholesterol, there's your skin, there's your liver, and there are your kidneys. All that is involved to ensure that you have the right levels of vitamin D so you're able to function. So like I said, you've got the sun, the skin, and all those things happening. So, but how do you know that you are vitamin D deficient? How would you know? Well, you will get such things as your low immunity. You will get moody, so you can get anxiety, you can get depression, all types of mood disorders. You have development issues. People get multiple sclerosis is linked with vitamin D, muscle weakness, like I said, low immune system. So in winter, you're more likely to get sick, get that nasty flu. You're unable to have good communication. So your mental state is fatigued, your brain is blurred. You're unable to have enough calcium, which means you get weaker bones. You're more likely to fracture yourself, fracture a wrist, a knee, or whatever happens. We don't want that to happen. You're more likely to get aches and pains with vitamin D deficiency, which is huge. But you know what? What I want to explore today is not what is vitamin D and what happens if you're deficient and things like that. I want to get to the root cause and find out, why are we deficient at all? Why? Why is there deficiency when we all have the sun? You know, we all have the sun, so why is there deficiency? Like I said earlier, there's more than just the sun. There's more than just that, the UV light. I believe, this is just my own little theory, is a lot of us, we used to play outside. We used to walk outside. We used to do things outside. But now we don't really do that anymore. We are stuck in shopping centres, we are stuck in our car, we're stuck at the gym, we're stuck in the office. We don't get any vitamin D in the office, at the gym, in the car. You know, you could argue you may get a little bit through the windows, but you don't get that light that goes on your skin and converts it to active vitamin D. We don't get that anymore. That's one theory. The second theory is we never really tested it as much as we used to. We test it a lot more now. So is it because we're testing it now that we're figuring out we're a lot more deficient and we're always deficient? That's a theory to explore. The third one, a lot of us are placed on low cholesterol diets, and that's because a lot of us have high cholesterol. And what happens is when we have high cholesterol, we go to the doctor and they go, okay, first get onto a low cholesterol diet. Second, let's get onto some statins to lower your cholesterol. But what did I say before? It's not just about the sun hitting your skin. You need cholesterol to ensure that you get vitamin D, which is key. So being on a low cholesterol diet increases our chance of being low vitamin D. It's really interesting. Find out, ask around, or if you have low cholesterol, do you also have low vitamin D? Very, very interesting. Ask around, figure it out. Another thing is also a lack of bile. A lot of us have bile issues where we're unable to process fats. So we need the bile fluid so the bile is the fluid in our liver that breaks down our fat. And so what's happening now is that without the bile, we cannot absorb vitamin D. So this could go back to either a liver issue. That's what I was speaking about earlier. So you need a good liver. Another thing is also stress. Stress. We are all stressed. Well, I hope not. I hope if you are stressed, you know what to do about it. But stress is a huge factor in vitamin D deficiency. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that stress would affect our vitamin D as much as it does? Well, you know what? It does. Because cortisol, our adrenal hormone, competes with other steroid hormones, which I'll tell you about that. Vitamin D is not a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. And this hormone competes with cortisol. So if they're competing, who's going to win? If you're stressed out of your brains, who is going to win? It may be your stress. Your cortisol may win over your vitamin D. So that is a huge factor that we need to take in consideration because they're competing for each other. So we need the sun, we need good kidney function, good liver function, we need cholesterol, we need the sun. So those are the things that we need to make vitamin D active in our body and to have good immunity, to have good bones, to have good brain function, to have those things, to have overall health. So an interesting fact that I want to share with you is that most kids with autism are actually vitamin D deficient, which is very, very interesting. And these kids with autism are 25, usually kids with autism have seizures. And vitamin D acts as anti-seizure. That's one study that's shown. If you take vitamin D, it helps with seizures. I'm not saying out there that everyone should go on vitamin D supplements and things like that. This is just for the educational purposes. This is not advice to what to do. But it's just to think about it and be like, wow, what is happening? If I'm vitamin D deficient, it's having so many impacts, okay? And also vitamin D is also an anti-inflammatory. But I could do a whole other video about vitamin D and all those things. But today I just wanted to make sure that you know why you may be vitamin D deficient. That it may not be just because you're not eating vitamin D high foods, which in that instance is only 10 to 15% of your vitamin D comes from foods. It may be because your liver, it may be because of your cholesterol, it may be because of your kidneys are not functioning to the best ability. So think about it. Comment below. Let me know. Have you learnt anything? Let me know. Have you learnt anything at all today? Subscribe, like, love, share, all that jazz. I love you guys and thank you so much for tuning in and letting me spread some education and some love, because that's what I absolutely love doing. Till next Monday, love you.